to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
That was one extraordinary weekend. We are coming back. People are traveling again. Looks like the rocket ship recovery has returned. Don't ever take investment advice from me. Don't ever take investment advice from me.
Don't ever take investment advice from Varney. It's unbelievable the stuff they come out with. Isn't it crazy? These guys are cheerleaders. They're jibber jabbers. They're cheerleaders. If you are investing based on what these guys are saying, rather than the flow of money from the big institutions, you'll never make money. You'll lose all the time. They're always wrong. And you got to be ahead of what they're saying. I'll give you an example. You got to keep looking at your 10-year Treasury rate every day, and even during the day. That's what tells you what's going on. If money is switching from, let's take an example, the most popular big tech stocks, your Facebook, your Google, your Amazon, your Netflix and Microsoft and Apple, you know them all. Should you be in those or should you be in banks? I bet if I went on the street and asked that question, what should I be in? If interest rates, the 10-year Treasury yield gets beyond 1.6%, what should I be in? They wouldn't know. But they have money in the stock market. They don't even know that. They think they're going to depend on their guys managing their 401k or their planner. What are you, nuts? Depend on them like they care about you? You're not a bank. You're not an institution. You're not a pension fund. They could care less about you. I mean, it's amazing, this garbage they come up with. And especially Kudlow. Here he is again.
Consumers are buying just like, well, not just buying, consumers are going nuts. I've never seen anything like it. This morning's retail sales report. Get this. Over the past 3 months, March, April, and May, retail sales have gone up at an annual rate of 50.5%.
Now, wait a minute. Where's the demand come from? First of all, the money they're spending, many of them, is the money they get. If you're getting a $300 unemployment check, they're getting another $300 employment check from the government on top of their state unemployment. Plus they get their $1,400 checks or $1,200 check. What happens when all that money runs out? And it's going to run out. Like I said yesterday, this is ridiculous. If you put on a chart, our growth is going to look like it when, if we just give you an example, let's say our growth was 10% a year. It took 1 year to get to 10%. But you stop everybody from spending by closing the economy down. Now all of a sudden you open up the economy Instead of taking 12 months to go 10%, it takes a month to go to 10% because everybody stopped spending. Now they're going to just blow up like a big dam and spend. But they don't explain that. 6 months from now, let's go take a look at their spending. It's going to be right back to where it was before the pandemic. The economic growth will be worse than where it was with Obama and Trump. Because the economy is worse. Because we're not producing anything. I say this every day. When you keep taking production and say, you know what, forget production. Let's just keep printing money. And we'll keep spending money. Keep printing money. We'll write those $300 checks so we can send them out to the people. We'll write the $400 to send them out to people. We'll give them more welfare. They don't have to work. And people go spend that money. Just remember, if you have 1,000 people, just use 1,000 people, and you pull them off their job. So they're making, let's say, 1,000 people were producing, 1,000 people were producing, 1,000 canned goods a month. Now you pull them off the job. And now the 1,000 canned goods are gone. But you're going to give them money now. You're going to give them money. They get their unemployment. Now they're going to get more unemployment from the government on top of the regular unemployment. They're going to get a $1,400 check, and they're taking that money and they're spending. So on one side, they're doing all the spending, but we're not producing. That's what's moving the prices up. We're spending, but we're not producing. And we're importing everything. And when you import everything, you're screwed. We have the biggest trade deficit ever. And trade deficit kills jobs. But nobody ever talks about that. All you hear when you talk to these fake financial news places, all you hear is the same stuff over and over again. How everything is terrific.
Transitory. That's
all you hear. That's all you hear. Now everything is so great. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. They don't tell you the truth. And so, like now, should you be in banks or should you be in tech? If any of you are invested in bank stocks or you're invested in big tech, which one should you be in now that in the past week the 10-year Treasury bills went from 1.4 or 1.4, yeah, but 1.4 to 1.5. Now they're going up. Which one should you be in? Nobody knows. Well, think about this. If you have the 10-year Treasury yield going up, and once it gets past 1.6, you want to be in the banks. But until it reaches that 1.6, you don't want to be in the banks. You want to be selling short the banks, making money as they go down. You want to be in big tech. But when big tech starts hitting that 1.6%, you want to change from your big tech. You want to switch back over to the banks. Does anybody ever tell you that? Did your planner, your broker? Are they taking your portfolio and fixing it as to where your 10-year Treasury yield falls into place? No, you don't know. It's amazing. And all this stuff about inflation, there's no inflation. It's temporary. Don't worry about it. It's temporary. That's just crazy. Remember, when Powell says he believes the rising prices are just temporary, he says it was caused by an ending of the lockdowns, releasing all this demand, consumer demand. He said that it's caused by this lockdown. That's why it's all temporary, all this inflation. That's not true. He's lying. See, Powell doesn't want to admit that the real reason he will continue to keep printing and printing and printing, keep buying treasuries to keep rates low, because he knows that an increase in those rates, the 10-year treasury rates, will cause the federal government's interest payments to go up. And when it gets too high, the market will crash because they're not sustainable. He's scared to death. So he's lying about the reason why he keeps raising or he keeps cutting these treasury yields, why he keeps printing money. He's scared to death. Inflation temporary. Yeah, right. We'll be right back with more stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. PhilsGang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grain at PhilsGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgate.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, I told my members the other day to make sure we get ready to start making money as the industrial stocks start collapsing and the big materials as well. When you got industrials and materials collapsing along with your banks, this is bad news. Of course, they're not going to tell you what they tell you instead. This is amazing. You got what holds up our market is when we have good markets where the industrial stocks are going up, where we have our materials, the companies and the material stocks go up, when the banks go up. All three are being hit severely. But yet, they don't come out and tell you that. Instead, they come out and tell you.
Car sales are up 90.5%. These are all 3 months at an annual rate.
That's in the rearview mirror. In this business, you got to be looking forward when you're going to buy a stock. He's talking about back 3 months. What's he, nuts? You got to look forward. So what do you look to see going forward what sector you should be investing? You look at, again, your yields. You look at your yields on your treasury. If treasury yields are going to keep going, if they're going to keep printing money to keep dragging those yields down, then you know you want to be doing what? You want to be investing in the big tech stocks. And you want to be shorting the banks. And when the yields turn, and when the yields go high, you want to get out of the banks. And I mean, when yields go high, you want to be in the banks, get out of the tech. When yields go down, just the opposite. I mean, and you got to be looking forward. So while he's saying how all this is good, everybody's going to wonder, well, gee, he said everything's booming, then why is the market going down? Why is the market going down? Why is the market down 175 points? Why is the market going down? And especially, why are all the industrial stocks going down? And the material stocks going down? And the banks going down? He just told us how great things are. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea. He doesn't know anything about the market. He admits it. He says when he buys a stock, for heaven's sakes, he says he prays.
I buy it, and I hold it, and I just pray every night.
Unbelievable. Okay, I'm going to buy Intel. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Are you nuts? You better know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, you can do well, and you got to be ahead of it, not behind it 3 months, for God's sakes. So we look right now, if you go look and take a look at your big tech stocks right now, they're trying to go back up because yields are low. And the banks are falling apart. XLF. So we're short the banks making money. We're short. the banks. Why not? Because we have a signal. We know what's going on. Because banks don't make money when the yields are going down. They make money when the yields are going up. And tech stocks don't do well with yields going up. They want yields going down. It's unbelievable. But here's the other thing. When they keep saying inflation is temporary, how can inflation be temporary? Did I miss some announcement? I mean, they're going to keep rates low, aren't they? I must have missed some announcement. What, are they cutting spending? Maybe I missed that announcement. Did they announce, hey, they're not going to spend anymore? Or their spending goes up increases at a rate of $17,000 per second. Did they say they're going to cut that in half? Is that why inflation's temporary? Have they decided to stop printing $350 billion a day to make this money so they can go buy stocks? What we call them buybacks? Oh, they decided to stop that because that's really inflationary. That's really inflationary. Are they going to stop monetizing the debt of the government? Where they go in, print money, the Federal Reserve, and they go in and buy all the Treasury debt from the government, the debt they owe you in Treasuries. They're going to buy that, monetize it. They're going to stop doing that. They haven't stopped since 2008. So what, are they going to stop now? How can inflation be temporary when they use inflation as their big tool? It's the most important tool they have is inflation. They want inflation. They want inflation. So how can inflation be temporary when they want inflation? When it's the best tool they have? And our debt is growing 36% faster than what we produce. They want inflation. Don't listen to them. So it's a lie when they say it's temporary. Temporary. When Congress keeps printing 24/7 this money, 24/7, in order to cover what it spends in excess of what it takes in. Example, this year, we're going to be spending $8 trillion, but only going to be taking in $3.5 trillion. That's a budget deficit of $4.5 trillion. Budget deficits kill you. And because we keep spending more than we take in, that's one of the key reasons that Congress keeps printing more money. Unbelievable. The government simply makes up the difference by printing more money, and that hurts you and me. It's crazy. How can it be temporary? Have they reversed their monetary policy? Where they replaced productivity with printing and spending? I haven't heard that. Oh, I see. What, now productivity is priority? No more printing and spending? Is that what's going on? This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Especially when you have the consequences of budget deficits. If I went down the street, nobody would know, but nobody will tell you what they are. Nobody. Well, I'm going to tell you when I get back and what stock you should be in. Join my gang free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Free for 10 days. Working investor group.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. you immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back.
Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. For the best insight in both the stock market and the economy, turn to the Phil's Gang YouTube channel, where each weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern, you get to listen to my Phil's Gang radio show, where you get the best information both on stocks and the economy. And each Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, you get the new segment of my popular Market Crash Unfolding, where I detail the weekly events that are leading us up to the next crash. Both Phil's Gang radio show and Market Crash Unfolding on Phil's Gang YouTube channel. That's right, and please listen to my radio show on my YouTube channel. Okay, so the market's down again today. But that doesn't mean anything to me. What means something to me and my investors is which direction is the money going. I want to make sure I'm in those stocks, either buying them or selling them short. Now, the yield tells us the direction of the money, what sector we should be in, like now. We should be selling the banks, which we are, and buying the big tech, which we are. But we also want to keep our eye on this inflation. This is important. And inflation is horrible, just like the trade deficits. Nobody talks about the trade deficits. Or the twin deficits, budget deficit and trade deficit. They don't talk about that stuff. They don't want you to know. See, if you know this stuff, then you know how to make money in the market. But see, your planners, your money managers, these guys on the Fake Business News Network, they're never going to put you in the right group. They're going to put you in the stocks they are pushing, which they make money on. Look at Varney. Remember Varney with Microsoft? Oh, my God. Every day he was pushing Microsoft. Now, I wouldn't touch Microsoft right now until it makes a new high. If you're looking at Microsoft, make sure it's making a new high before you're buying it. And when I'm talking about a high above $264, it's a 257. What are you, nuts? I wouldn't buy it now. But if it makes a new high and can sustain that high for about a week, then you're okay. Apple. Now, Apple right now, remember, this stock was around $130 and she dropped down to $121. Now she's on the way back up again. But remember, let's just take the high of it will average around 135, the low 123. Now, on my stock chart just 3 days ago, it turned green. But here's what we know. It turned green. It's starting to go up a little bit. But we know for a fact the only reason why it's going up because anybody who said, I'm going to short that stock, made money and now are buying that stock. That's what's pushing up the stock. If you're getting into Apple now and you don't understand that, you're not going to know when to get out. You're going to get caught. See, this is what happens. When stocks go down, like Apple, where it went from 136, down to around 23, now they're jumping in it today. But they have no clue. It's going to go up and then stop. Why? Think of it this way here. When you sell a stock short, let's say you own Apple at $136. And I say to you, I think Apple's going to go down. And you laugh, say, oh, of course not. Apple will never go down, never goes down. Okay, that's fine. So I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. I'll bet that stock is going down, and for every dollar below your $136, you got to sell it to me at that price. So if it goes from 136 to 135, you got to sell it to me at 135. If it goes down to 132, you got to sell it to me at 132, even though you own it at 136. If it goes all the way down to 124, you got to pay me the difference from 136 to 124. So when it drops, now all of a sudden I decide, and 2 other million people decide, they now are going to tell this guy, I'm going to buy your stock at the discount. You have no choice. You have to sell it to me because you made a deal with me. So when you buy it, it starts going up. These are called short coverings. These are beautiful stocks because they have to go up. There's no way it's not going to go up. It has to go up because it's the same people who made the deal to short them, to make the deal that this guy's stock, he agreed with me, or he disagreed with me. He's saying it's going to go down, it's going to go up. I said, no, it's going to go down. And he made a deal with me for every dollar that's less than what he paid for it, $136. He got to pay me the difference. Well, I did great, but I don't do great until I call him, we'll say, and say, okay, hi, this is Phil. We got a deal. Your stock, you own it $136. Sorry to tell you, pal, it dropped to $124. You owe me $4,000. He has no choice. He's got to sell it me at $4,000. So I buy it at $4,000. I buy it at the $124, and it starts going up. Other people who made the same deal around the country, they buy it, it's going up. All of a sudden, it's going up. And the people who don't understand shorting are all of a sudden they're jumping in the stock thing. I better get in before it gets higher. I better get into Microsoft or Apple before it gets higher. I better get in before it gets higher. And all of a sudden, it stops. And then those people who got in didn't know what they're doing. They had no idea that this is a short covering. As soon as people like me start exercising my option to buy that stock, it's over. And most of these stocks only go up halfway. You measure from the top to the bottom, and they go up about halfway. Why? Because once everybody purchased the stock back, once they covered their short, as they call it, they're done. It's done. It can't go higher. It's very hard. Why? Because everybody on top, the other half. So if you bought a stock, it was at 20, it went down to 10, right? And you get it, say it was 20, and it went down to 10, and got up to about 15. That's fine. You made money because it's easy to get to 15, but try to get from 15 to 20 is almost impossible. But see, no one's there to tell you that. Did they ever tell you that? That's what we do. Now, here's the other thing they don't tell you, the biggest problem we got in this country right now are the consequences. The consequences of the lying, how inflation is temporary. It's not. They love inflation. This is the most important tool in the Fed's little tool bag. That's the deal. This is their tool. That's what they want. They want inflation. How can inflation be temporary when our national debt is growing 36% faster than we produce goods? How can inflation be temporary when Congress, the government, keeps printing new money in order to cover what it spends in excess of its income? So you have consequences. Those are called budget deficits. And when that happens, you can't grow. Because budget deficits are associated with high debt. And Congress keeps struggling to bring enough money to cover debt, and they can't, so they have to print more money. Print more money, again. And that's inflation. Budget deficits increase our debt. Budget deficits means our interest rates go up. And it means we have short-term economic growth. And here's the big problem. One of the biggest consequences with budget deficits. It's called crowding out. Because the government needs money. Because their debt's increasing, interest rates are going up, they need money. So what do? They go and they announce to everybody's got savings in the banks or money in CDs or savings. Say, look, you're getting back 0.25%. We're going to give you 2.25%. And everybody takes their money out of the bank to loan to the government, to loan to the Fed. So all that money is coming out of the bank, kills the economy. Why? Because when small businesses or even large businesses go to the bank to borrow money, they don't have enough money. So what do? They raise rates. So if there's little money in the banks, they have to raise rates or there'll be a run on the banks. So any time that the government keeps trying to sell people who have money in the bank treasuries, that kills the economy. Wait till you hear the consequences of the trade deficits on top of that. And they're telling you we're in a boom? What are you, nuts?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
We also agreed to take important steps in order to support global economic recovery by laying the foundation for an equitable global economy. Critically, the G7 leaders endorsed a global minimum tax of 15%.
Oh, yeah, that's what we need. Global minimum tax. See, this guy's never held a job. He's never held a job. Obama's never held a job. Baby Bush never held a job. When you got presidents never hold a job, they have no idea what's going on. Look, you join the gang every morning before the market opens. I give you a detailed outlook what's going to happen in the market that day. And then with the experience I have looking at the treasury yields, looking out in the future, then we can decide where the money is flowing to. And right now we're making good money, good profits, selling the banks. And the banks are going to keep going down unless the treasury yields, where it's right now I think they're at 1.5, the treasury yields get to about 1.7. Then you sell the banks, and then you go buy. I mean, you sell the big tech, and then you go buy the banks. So you're in that way you can buy the banks on sale. So if you understand the market going forward and you interpret what the market's going to do go forward by watching the treasury yields, then you know, okay, yields are down, let's short the banks. Then as soon as those yields hit from 1.5 to 1.7, we're going to get back into the banks, and then we'll short the big tech. As far as the economy, it's over. We have been having a fake economy since 2008. They've been propping the market up. They've been propping the economy up with all this money, all this printing. We can't not avoid a huge crash. We're going to have a 10% correction pretty soon, but then we're going to have a 70% crash. We're going to lose 70%. Same with housing. Anybody who bought a house in the last year, you're going to lose 20 to 30%. Because it wasn't a regular housing market. They tried to make it sound like no, it wasn't. A regular housing market, you have a lot of first-time buyers. We didn't have first-time buyers. They were transitioning out of the city to the suburbs, that's all. You're being lied to again. The consequences we're having with this kind of economy, with these big trade deficits, remember, we don't produce anything anymore. So we have to import everything. So the consequence of our big trade deficit is more outsourcing of our jobs. Horrible. And our economy is failing because of it. We eliminate the best jobs, manufacturing. So you lose a $40 an hour manufacturing job and you go in a service job making $15. Trade deficits have a big depress wages down. They have a terrible effect on us being competitive. See, if you know this, you're going to know what stocks to be in, what stocks to buy, what stocks to sell short. So you're making money all the time, regardless if the markets are going up, markets are going down. It doesn't matter to us. That's why you got to learn how to short. So when you have both, when you have the consequences of both budget deficits, which is terrible. The effects of budget deficits, our debt keeps increasing, our interest rates keep going up, our economic growth stops. We have crowding out where the banks didn't need so much money, the country needs so much money, they go out and say, don't put your money in the banks, lend it to the government. When you do that, that means small businesses don't grow. They can't go find money to grow. Startup businesses can't go find money to grow because the banks don't have that much money because everybody took the money out of the banks and went and bought treasuries. What are you, nuts? Now, then on top of that, because we're not producing anything, that means we have trade deficits. So that means outsourcing of jobs, falling economy, and we eliminated our best jobs. People once were making $40, they're making $15 or $18. That's nuts. So how can inflation be temporary? Because of what I just said, they keep printing money to keep propping up the economy. So how the hell can it be temporary? It's not. You're being lied to. And then they're putting you in the wrong stocks. Listen to me. These budget deficits, where they spend more money they take in, that's a key reason for Congress to have to keep printing money, which kills your wallet. Inflation goes up. Wait a minute. You think that they're going to stop spending? Was there an announcement that they're going to stop spending? Is that what they're going to do? How can inflation be temporary? They're not going to stop spending. Have they announced they no longer, as a policy, will keep the border open? They're going to shut the borders now? Oh, they're going to shut the borders now. Because when they keep the borders open, they have to print $17,872 every year for each one of those illegals who come over and they go to our school. We got to print money for that. More inflation. More trade deficits. More your wages go down. Oh, by the way, if they don't go to school, we also print $57,000 for each of those illegals come over who are committed a crime, and we put them in a jail. So the illegals who are in jail is costing us $57,000 a year. The illegals who are here, we're sending to school, cost $70,000 a year. We just brought over, $180,000 last month or whatever, some crazy number. And they're going to even bring more over. Well, how do you think we pay that $17,000 for each of those illegals to go to school? How do we pay the $57,000 bill to put them in jail? We print it. Why do you think when you go to the supermarket and you get a bag of potato chips, there's 1 or 2 potato chips in the bag? It's all air. Just like the fake business news networks, just like Larry Kudlow, just like Varney. They're all full of air. They're there to make you think everything's great. So you go spend. You go buy cars so they can stay on the air. So we make sure every day that our members are always, the first thing we always tell our members, you're not here to invest in stocks or trade stocks. You're here to manage your money. If you could take your money and make better returns in refrigerators or ice cream cones, we would do that. But I can't think of a place that's better than investing than the stock market. You can't make money like you do in the stock market. Why? Because the market is liquid. That means if you make a mistake, you can get out quick and get into another position. Also, you can make money when the market's going down. But Wall Street stopped you from doing that. They took parking space to your head that shorting is a terrible thing. Yeah, because they don't make money when you sell a stock short. You have 11 sectors in the stock market. Every morning, starting at 4 o'clock in the morning, when the European market stops, we check every sector, all 11. And we want to know in each one of those sectors, where is the money going? So we've been seeing money is pouring out of the industrials and more money is pouring out of the materials. XLI is industrials, that's the whole basket, and materials, XLB. Now, if you want to buy just one stock in the industrials, you can. Short one stock, you can. Or if you want to short a specific stock in materials, you can. But we suggest in this kind of a market where there's all this volatility is buy the basket. Buy them all in one basket. Put all your money in one basket and watch the basket. That's how you make money. And the real way to make money, because we're going to have this continued inflation. And by the way, it's not just inflation. They're lying to you. We are going to stagflation. That's what drives me crazy. Look, and for those people who are in mutual funds, you are going to get hammered. We have a mutual fund chart. It tracks it. And we're doing a very good, we're trying to help you. So we're going to give you this chart for 30 days free. It's $22.95. If you decide after 30 days to keep, it's only $22.95. It tells you exactly what your mutual fund is going to do. It tells you exactly when to be out of it, when to get rid of it. It's going to tell you when it's going to collapse. It's going to tell you when it's going to go into a crash and you're going to lose everything. You won't have to experience that. It'll tell you that before it happens. It's free for 30 days. If you think I'm lying, I'll give it to you for 30 days. Tell me I'm a liar after 30 days. It's our mutual fund tracker. Go to philsgang.com. Just you go like our other charts. And it's free for 30 days. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. We'll see you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.